Today, I'm going to show you how to make the birthday cake. So, what we're starting with today is the Vanilla Vodka, the Butterscotch Schnapps, and the Mozart white chocolate. This is the base of the cocktail. These are where all the flavors are coming from. I find that, you can use other white chocolate liqueurs, but most of them are they're a lot more like a spirit base. So they're clear, they're not creamy, they're a spirit. This one here is creamy, its texture works perfectly with the birthday cake cocktail. Your mixes that you got in today, you've just got full fat milk, you've got thickened cream, and you've got your sugar syrup. And that's all you need to make the cocktail. Obviously for your garnish, you're gonna need some like frosting. I've just got here some vanilla buttercream, and this stuff, just by itself is beautiful. And then your sprinkles, because that's the iconic look of the birthday cake. Traditionally, the birthday cake cocktail has Disaronno in it, or some sort of amaretto-based spirit or liqueur. I found that butterscotch worked way better, a lot more sweeter, a lot more like a birthday cake, because I made the cocktail and it tastes like medicine. It didn't taste like a birthday cake. It didn't taste like a dessert. So after playing around for a bit, I came up with butterscotch and tweaked the recipe a little bit, and I think that right now it is a beautiful dessert cocktail to have after a meal, and it just hits the right spot. So yeah, we're going to show you how to make it today. So this process can get a bit messy, which is why I've got the bowl here, but essentially what you're doing is you're just rimming it like you would do a margarita or anything like that. You're rimming it with your frosting, and then you put in your sprinkles on. So be careful, the sprinkles will go everywhere. I have had to tidy up the studio before, and I was hoovering for 10 minutes trying to get everything out because they just go everywhere. So try and do it as clean as you can. I'm going to have an attempt, but I'm just going to do the best I can. I might have messed up a little bit there. I've had it in the fridge a while, so it's kind of got a little bit harder than you want your frosting, but let's see what I can do. Now, you don't want too much frosting, but you don't want too little. You want that kind of middle sweet spot where you've still got enough on there that your sprinkles will stick to it comfortably, but not so much that it kind of takes away from the sprinkles and adds its own, adds its own texture. If you're working in a bar, I would definitely suggest keeping your frosting in a cupboard, not in the fridge, just because it will make it so much easier if you've got a big rush of them or something like that, not having to kind of whip it a little bit first and get it a little more silky and smooth. Because this process is just taking way longer than it should, especially for a bar. The easiest way I think to do it, last time I put it into a bowl and rotated it around, and that was a lot quicker. I don't know why I've decided to go for a spoon when I'm actually recording, So that's the kind of look you want there, nice and tidy. Well, tidy as it's going to get when you've got a rim full of frosting, but that's what you kind of want to look for. So good. And the next step is to just get those sprinkles onto there. Oh my God, I can hear them going everywhere. Might leave that for now and use what I've got in the bowl. This is probably the most efficient way to do it anyway, rather than trying to pour it on. Just put it into a bowl and then just kind of dab around. Otherwise you will have a big mess and it will take a lot longer for them to stick anyway. What you can do as well is just tidy up that top layer so that people find it a little bit easier to drink from. Beautiful. There you go. That's what we're looking for right there. That is the hardest part of it done. Now we've got the garnish finished, well, the rimming finished. Now we can get on with the actual cocktail itself. So as usual, when we're putting the cocktail ingredients in, you want to start off with your non-alcoholic stuff first, just in case you mess up and something's out of date, or you put in the wrong amount or anything along those lines, just to avoid wasting the alcohol, which is obviously the bulk of your costs, especially if you're running a bar, just to avoid that wastage. So your ingredients today are 30 sugar syrup, spilled on my finger. 30 of the thickened cream, 30 of the full cream milk or full fat milk, 30 of your vanilla vodka. It's going everywhere. I finally put this down so the spillage isn't going to be too bad now. Hopefully this is a little bit better. 15 of your Mozart, and 15 of the butterscotch. One thing I always do is just strain out any of that excess water out of the ice. Otherwise you're just diluting your drink. Give it a good shake. and then strain your cocktail. And that is how you make the birthday cake. Enjoy.